I have to admit, it always amazes me, even after all the ollies that I've been into and all the different times I've been into these different ollies, that I can still find new stuff that I've never seen before in an ollies. And it just, I'm just flabbergasted by it. I finally bought a set of these pens. I'm totally going to test these out in one of my lives, probably on Wednesday. I didn't need these pens. I totally did not need to buy 80 more markers. And anybody who's watched any of my content knows I don't need pens. I don't need markers. I don't need any of that, but I love them. And I really wanted to test them out for you so you could see what it is in there, because it says there's all sorts of different tips on it. This Ollie's is in Brooksville, Florida. It is the last of the Ollie's in the general area that I live in that I have been to. And general area that I live in is kind of an open statement, because I live in Central Florida, and this is the last Ollie's in anywhere in the Central Florida area that I have not been to. I've been to every Ollie's from Ocala all the way down to the southernmost Ollie's. I haven't made it to Gainesville yet, but I have also made it to Palatka and Jacksonville. And if you go back and watch some of the other videos that I've done with the Shop With Me's and with the lives where I do Ollie's hauls, you'll see some of the amazing things that I'm finding in these Ollie's. And there's just not really a whole lot of consistency as to what you find in an Ollie's in the craft department. So if you have access to more than one Ollie's, I really suggest that you try going to different Ollie's and seeing what you find, because this store had stuff I'd never seen before. So far, everything that we've looked at in this store is things that I've seen in other stores. But wait till we get to the other parts of this store. Oh my gosh, there were so many things, kits that I've never seen before, designs of kits that I've never seen before, just amazing things. And while we're on this subject, I do apologize so greatly for this video being so late. I did not mean for this to go up after 10 o'clock at night. I usually get these up earlier, but tomorrow is my husband's birthday and he wanted to go out for a little drive. So we went for a drive, because I really can't do very much. There's not a whole lot that we can do to celebrate, but he wanted to go for a drive and he wanted to pick the place, because I've picked the place every time we've gone driving for the last eons and eons. So he wanted to drive down the coastline of Florida, and we ended up in a Publix parking lot somewhere down on the Treasure Coast. And he went inside and he bought cake and ice cream, and we celebrated in the car his birthday. And it was cute and it was fun, but we ate too much cake and ice cream, and I came home. Well, we both came home, but I fell asleep. And now I'm rushing to get this video up. I bought this kit. I want to try. I've seen so many of these kits in these Ollie's, and I've never tried one for you. So I'm going to try this one on screen on Friday. So this is going to be my Friday live. I'm going to unbox this kit and I'm going to try putting it together, and we're going to see how wonderful it is. I bought this one because it's got wooden pieces in it, and if I totally mess it up, I can use that wood for something else. But I thought it was a cute little kit. We've looked at these kits in every Ollie's that I've been in, and I've finally decided that I'm going to try one for you. This was out of place. I did eventually put it back where it belongs, but look at these beautiful Astrobrites. This is the paper. This isn't the cardstock, but it's beautiful. I did not find much Astrobrites cardstock in here, but oh my gosh, I found a paper pad. I found a cardstock paper pad. Not only that I'd never seen before, but this is a size that I've never seen from the company that put it out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And it's beautiful. I'll wait till we get to it. Some more journals. This is the company that I'm talking about. This company is the one that put out the paper pad that I've never seen before. It's a 12 by 12 paper pad. We've seen their white paper pads, the cardstock paper pads. We've seen the cardstock ones, the craft paper color ones, but this is one. Oh my gosh. They had the Cricut cards, beautiful little Cricut cards. And the next thing that I'm going to show you is this little book that's got stencils with it. And it's really cool. And I didn't focus on it as much as I should have, so you could see the stencils really well. And if there were excuse me, if I had more time, I would definitely pause it so you could see it better, but you can go back and pause it yourself. But it had some really cool stencils in it. I could not find a price on this. I have no idea how much they're selling their legal pads for, but those are generally $7.99 in all the other Ollie's that I've been in. And then I went back to this self-healing cutting mat to show you that it was $2.99, because I didn't get a good look at the price tag the first time. I only saw the one set of tie-dye in this store, I think. And this is, I think, the only tie-dye that I saw in this store. And another odd thing about this Brooksville store, we found the 8s or the infinities. We're slowly working through the alphabet and the numbers and the symbols on that series. You know, eventually we're going to find all of them. I think somebody said that N was in North Carolina. Somebody in the guild mentioned that N was in North Carolina. And if you're interested in becoming a member of our Chatty Crafty Guild, there is a Facebook group, and we are very, very supportive, and we are very, very sharing, and we love love to have members come in and just express themselves as they are and as they feel to be. And, you know, it's just a great little Facebook group. The link for the Facebook group is in the description for this video. And we have a lot of fun in there. And so if you're interested in joining the Facebook group, that is there. My channel does have memberships if you're interested in becoming a member of my channel, and there are perks with memberships. And the highest level of membership in my channel comes with Happy Mail. And I also have Patreon. And there are, I believe, 4 levels of Patreon that has Happy Mail, and 2 of those levels will go international. That's the only way to get Happy Mail internationally for me is through Patreon, because and it's going to be flat envelopes. I'm just going to send it airmail, but I'm too wary about sending packages airmail right now. That was 14 12 by 12 canvases, those flat canvases. They're not framed, they're just flat canvases for $13. That is so much cheaper than Dollar Tree, and they're so much bigger than what Dollar Tree offers. 14 1-foot square canvases for $13. Amazing. And these are beautiful. I wanted them all to look like that. But there are different patterns in it. I actually opened a package because it's got the nasty sticky thing at the bottom, so I could open it and look at them without it looking like I'd done anything. And they actually are all those different styles. And I really wanted them all to be that beautiful craft paper color with that gold pattern on the top. They're still beautiful, and they were $1, and I didn't buy any, but I really wanted them to be all the same. And look at this. Look, there it is. There it is. That's the paper company that has the other ones, the white paper pads. So we've seen this company a lot. I've never seen a 12 by 12 set from them, and I have never seen this marble colored one. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. Oh, I have to admit, one of these ended up in my cart. Like, I need more cardstock. Okay, yeah, we all know I don't need any more cardstock. None whatsoever. But that one of those ended up in my cart, and oh my goodness, that was so cool. So yeah, I was thrilled to find that. And it's just an example of things I've never seen. Now, it looks like they used to have a lot of paper in this store, a lot of different ones. So these are all 12 by 12. Some of them are cardstock, some of them are paper, some of them are double-sided, and they all ended up in this box right here. I didn't buy any of them. There was one representative from each pattern that they had, and I didn't buy any of them, even though I did think that the skateboards were cute, and this one I thought was just amazing. Wait, is it the next mic fall out? No, yeah, that one right there. I thought that one was just amazing. I love the color of the back. I love the sentiments on the front, but I was already buying that one 12 by 12 paper stock pad. I don't need any more paper stock. We all know this, but I thought these were really cute. So I left them behind for anybody who wants to go to the Brooksville store. I did not find a dollar table at the Brooksville store, and but it made up for it by the fact that there are the front and back of one aisle, and then the front of another aisle, right around the greeting card section, right around the books and the greeting card section in the store, that had a lot of craft stuff, and it was really, really nicely laid out. Never seen these. I mean, these are coaster molds for resin. There's 2 different shapes in there. One's a half and half, and then one's got the cross lines on it. And you make resin coasters out of this. 2 molds for $1.99. And if I hadn't already done my resin giveaway, I would totally have bought some of those to add to the kit, but I don't do resin. Y'all know I don't do resin, but I do want to show you what's out there. I'm not going to stick to just the crafts that I do. I'm not going to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to show you the crafts that I do, and I don't care about anybody who does any other types of craft. There they are. I did not find the other one. I did not find the other version of the chalk, but I did find that one. This seemed expensive to me. This was $12.99, and this was $12.99, and it just seemed expensive to me. So I don't know if I would have bought that. I mean, I'm sorry, it was $9.99, but I still wouldn't have bought that. It just seemed expensive to me for just a little chalkboard. But that's one thing about my channel, is that I show everything that's out there. I don't stick with the crafts that I do. My chosen crafts are greeting cards, polymer clay, and beading. And I like to combine them when I can as well. Loved these. I really did. They had these 2 different versions of it. They're the only 2 that I saw in the entire store. They were $5, and they light up. I mean, is that not the coolest thing? I thought that was amazing. I love the sentiment on both of them. But I show every craft that's out there. I show the baking stuff, and I show the resin stuff, and I show the Fibercraft stuff. And these are crafts that I don't do, but just because I don't do it doesn't mean that there's no interest in it. So I want to make sure that people know exactly what's available in all these ollies, whether it's a craft that I do or not. So that's why I show everything. I'm not going to sit here and gatekeep. I'm not going to sit here and piecemeal and show you this, that, and maybe not this. I just show you everything. I think my husband picked up a set of those paintbrushes, but I'm not sure. I can't remember for sure. And these little certificates, I think this is the fourth store that I've seen those in. They are so cute. They are such cute little certificates to give to a kid for doing something well, or for excelling in something, or even if you give it to an adult as a tongue-in-cheek, hey, this is a really cool thing, I'm going to recommend and commend you on what you've done, and I'm going to recognize that you've done an amazing thing. I think that would be neat too. This infusible ink is the same color Cricut that I've seen in every store since it started showing up. I don't know if they have other colors and they just haven't distributed them yet, but that's the only color that I've seen, and that is indeed the pearl metallic yellow Cricut vinyl that's starting to show up. I have found one bottle of this for you. Those of you who do paint pouring, that's the Cell Magic stuff. I only found one bottle of that in the entire store. They did have this little glitter Cricut, and that little dot there is an example of it, so you can see the actual color. And look at the burlap. This burlap is starting to show up in stores, and there's so many different things that you can do with this burlap. I do have a live where I used some burlap as an example for putting an accoutrement on a card, embellishing a card with it. So there is an example of that. It's really nice burlap, and I smelled it in one store. I didn't smell it in this store, but I smelled it in one store, and it doesn't have that burlap smell that a lot of them can have, that chemically burlappy, finishing chemical smell that they can have. So that one didn't have it. So that was the first aisle. Now I've turned around and I'm looking at the other side of the same aisle. So I haven't really gone very far in the store. I've literally just turned around, but I stopped the camera in between. And so this is a new film clip, and look at these cute little Cricut cards. These show up in all the stores. They have a little bit of vinyl. They didn't have a whole lot of vinyl, and when I come over to it, I kind of glance over it, but they did have the green Cricut Smart vinyl. I did not see anywhere in this store the obligatory red Cricut foil. I don't know if they had it and I missed it, but yeah, they didn't. So they had, oh, I'm sorry, this one had the blue. And they had the one thing of green, and they did have these little ones again for $1.99. And it's just a really cool set. If you haven't picked them up yet, or if you're interested in picking them up and didn't find them, then you get the whole set for $1.99, and it comes with a tin. And this is a resin mold that I've never seen before as well. It's for making drawer pulls. You can literally sit there and make any kind of drawer pull, put little dried flowers in and then pour clear resin over it, or do marbled, opaque, and transparent resin colors mixed together to make your drawer pulls. You could literally customize the drawer pulls in your house exactly as you want them, and nobody else would have anything like that. Charms. We've never seen charms like this. None of us. If you've watched my channel, none of the people in my channel have seen these, because I have never seen those in any store, and you got 8 charms for $1, and that was really cool. And there was like a swan and a bow, and these are cool, but I didn't buy any of them because if you know my channel, you know that the things that say smile on them just bother me, so I didn't buy any of them. If it didn't have the smile in there, if it had another word, I would have definitely bought several of those, because they were just the right thickness that they would have made a really nice embellishment on a greeting card. And since that is one of my chosen crafts, it would have been cool, but I did not pick them up because I just have a thing about the smile thing. It just seems, to me, that's telling people to smile seems to be negating their authentic feelings, and it's not fair to do that to people. Let people have their feelings. They don't have to smile all the time. Just be there for them. And if they're not in the mood to smile, just be there for them and say, hey, I understand. I'm here for you. Let's just sit together, because sometimes just having company is all someone needs. They don't even have to talk. Just sit there next to somebody else, be company, play on your phones together. One person does one thing on their phone, the other person does something on their phone. You're just sharing the space together. Sometimes that's really all people need. And they don't need to be told to smile, because that's so dismissive of their feelings. So that's my thing with things that say smile. I don't like them. But the love, that if it said love, dream, laugh, no, maybe not laugh. If it said love, dreams, hugs, love, dreams, sunshine, love, dreams, shine, things like that, maybe, but I just don't like the smile one. This is an end cap, and I loved these little printed canvases. I thought they were amazing. Oh, apparently I go back and show them later. But they're really cool because they're printed canvases, and it's not all Christmassy stuff. It is all Christmassy stuff, but it's not all the same pattern, and it comes with the paint and everything. So this would be a great thing to take on a trip. with if you've got a kid who's going to get a little bit a little bit antsy or a little bit, you know, uh, untractable at times on a trip, just bring one of these little kits along, and they're fully self-contained kits, and you can give that to whoever, and even adults, give that to whoever, and they sit there and they paint it and they go over it and they have fun with it, and it gives them something to do, and it gives them a break from family, because the Thanksgiving holidays are coming up, and everybody's going to be crammed in a house with all of their family, and people are going to need a small break from others. And if they have something like that to do, they can just sit off in a corner at a table somewhere, or go off into a bedroom, preferably with a lot of newspaper laid out so the paint doesn't go everywhere, and just give them a craft to do, so that they have some way to express themselves and to be, productive, but not have to be surrounded by family all the time. Because as well as I do, family can get overwhelming, and family gets super overwhelming for me very quickly. If I'm ever at a gathering with my family where there's more than 4 or 5 people, they all know that I'm going to disappear to a room at some point, and I'm not going to come out for a while because I just get so overwhelmed with all of it. And they understand that about me. And maybe it's good to have that conversation with your family to say, hey, I'm not being rude, I just need some me time, because self-care is incredibly important. It is a vital aspect of being mentally healthy, and it's not selfish. It really isn't. It's something that you need to do so that you can be your best self when you're around other people. Self-care things, never skip those steps. Really and truly, never skip the self-care steps. Oh my gosh, look at the little crocodile in there. Does that not look like the crocodile from Peter Pan, from the Disney Peter Pan? I thought that was so cute, but that wasn't my favorite one of those. That was not my favorite one of the painting ones. There it is right there. Look at that. Oh, I didn't show it very well. There we go. The turtle and the snail. I love that one. If I were going to pick up one of ththose painting kits, it would definitely be the turtle and the snail. I absolutely loved it. And look at this. Never before have we seen a crochet kit that teaches how to make granny squares. Everybody who does fiber crafts, that I don't know, I don't do fiber crafts, but people who crochet, I honestly believe that granny squares are one of the places that you start, and that's a kit that starts you at the starting point. And I thought that was a neat little thing. I do love this embroidery journal set, not shet, this embroidery journal set that you can do your entire year, and it comes with a book. So even when you're done with the year, you still have the book. All you have to do is buy another piece of embroidery felt and maybe some more embroidery floss, and you're off and running again. Excuse me. Oh, that's twice that I've coughed during this one. Oh, and this is the second set of books that I've shown. The first one was Farm Animals, and this one is Paw Patrol. But they were so cute. This Ollie's has a ton of stuff that would be great gifts for people. And like I said, one of the members of the guild in one of my videos mentioned that they buy some of these craft kits and they give them to Toys for Tots, so that people who may not have access to crafting and craft kits have this ability to do some crafts because they receive it from Toys from Tots. And I thought that was a beautiful gesture. I really did. Yeah, just cool and amazing. More Arteza stuff. Oh my gosh, I cannot say enough good things about the Arteza stuff. Everything that I have tested from Arteza has just gone above and beyond my expectations. And look, they're racing unicorns. I love these things too. I haven't ever bought any. I don't need any. Like I needed the cardstock, but I bought it anyway. But I've never bought the racing unicorns, but they're just so cute. And this is one of those stained glass kits. This one's $4.99, so this is the most expensive of the brands of the times that I've seen them. I've seen them for $1, I've seen them for $2, I've seen them for $5, but that was just beautiful. I loved the rainbow colors in it. We didn't get a very good view of this because it wasn't in the box very well, and you can see the box has been taken apart because the little button is off to the side, but it does light up with the little love. Oh, sorry. Brucey is now no longer wearing her surgical onesie, so she's just decided that she's going to be a holy terror for her big brother all the time. So if you hear him in the background, it's because Brucey has decided that it's time to bite his ankles again. Poor baby bear. He is just so massively, most notoriously irritated by his little sister now that she's feeling her oats. She came through her surgery fine. She is completely spayed. The stitches are out. All that she has to do now is grow back the hair, and she will be her loving, wonderful self. She will have a happy, long, indoor, healthy life because she has paid the cost of being in this family, which is the baby making parts. They don't get to keep those. And so she paid the cost, and now she's part of this family forever and ever and ever. And I think Baby Bear's not happy about that, but he'll get over it. He will. They'll go back to being best buds once she gets all of this excessive kitten energy out of her. This is the other side of the end cap. You see over there, other stuff was in the way. I could not get to this side of the end cap when I was on the other side of it because I couldn't get past the stuff. But here's the other side of the end cap and the things that it had. And these cards were also so beautiful. So I guess they had 3 different sets of those 40 set cards. And we've shown those, or I've shown them in the lives that I've done, and they're really beautiful. And you know, they can be cut apart so you have 2 card fronts with them because they are A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So you can totally cut the cards apart, and you can make them that way. And then this is the same card company. So this particular store in Brooksville, Florida, had the 12 by 12 marble one. They had this primary one, which is double-sided, and then they had the white cardstock paper pad. And these are all cardstock. These are 67-pound cardstock. So it is true cardstock, and just beautiful stuff. And that marble one that was 12 by 12, never seen before. This Astro Designs I've shown a couple times in this video, but I haven't really talked about it. It was $3 for the pack, and it's gotten I couldn't see the number of sheets, but something 4 sheets, like 34 sheets, and it's called semi-texture. And look at this, $1. These were $1, and these are food safe markers. Now these might be the ones that are supposed to be used with the air blown pen or the airbrushing pen set that I haven't found for less than $10, so I haven't bought one yet. But I thought that was neat. We've never seen the food safe markers by that particular brand before. And of course they have the yarn, and the yarn was in the flyer, so every Ollie should have this yarn. And I've never seen solid colors. It's always been these mottled colors or these jumbled colors together so that you can make multicolored blankets and things like that. But they're just beautiful, and most of them have pictures of granny squares on them. So like they're set up so that the color spacing is perfect to make the perfect size granny square. So I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know anything about fiber crafts. I definitely don't know anything about crocheting or knitting, but if that's how it's set up, that's the way it looks in the picture. So, and then they had a few other items that were in other places. Oh no, this is me going back through the aisles because I missed a couple of items as I was looking through them. And so they had that little squeegee set that I had missed the first time I was through, and they had this little acrylic paint, these stitch paints that I missed the first time that I went through, and just a really good selection. Like I said, this store doesn't have a dollar table anymore because the dollar table has been taken up by the holiday gift and decoration massive amount of real estate that is necessary in order to have a holiday shopping season. Look who I met! Look who I met! Oh my gosh! I actually talked to this person, and if you know, if you've watched my videos, if you're new to this channel, hello, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. If you're not new, then you know by this point that I'm autistic, and talking to people is just very, very difficult for me. But I found this guy in the Lakeland store. I couldn't not talk to him. Now, we have found out in the interim that that's not the original Ollie person, because the original Ollie person has passed away, but he is very definitely a super character lookalike, and it was so exciting to see him in the store. And I watched him interact with other people, and he was just amazing at what he did, and he definitely played up the part. Now, I don't know if he is a relative of the original Ollie person or if he's an employee who happens to look like Ollie. I don't really know, but it was so fun to see him, and it was so fun to watch him interact with other people, and it was so fun to go talk to him. It was amazing. So this is the Lakeland store. This is the one that I was at on Thursday, and this video did not get put up on Thursday because we lost our internet. Obviously we have the internet back, but we lost our internet. I couldn't put this video up, so I put up a little short using my personal hotspot saying that I had met this cool entity, forgot to say who it was, and forgot to say go to the Facebook group and you would see it because I posted it in the Facebook group. So, oh well. 2020 hindsight, right? With every mistake I make myself a better channel. You know, it's one of those things. You make mistakes so you can learn and grow. And I really think that the way this channel has grown, because I have let it grow authentically. There was a person who put into one of my comments, put a comment in there, if you want to grow your numbers, you know, reach out to this channel that I'm reaching to you from, and we will grow your numbers. And my response was, no, thank you. I want to grow my numbers authentically because I don't want to have just a number of viewers. I want to have viewers that view. I don't want to have a number. Oops. Sorry about that. Apparently I forgot to unmute one of the not unmute. Apparently, I forgot to remove the audio from one of the sections because I can't use the audio that I do in the stores. And I really wish I could, because to actually do the voiceover while I'm inside the store would be so much easier on me than to have to come home and take all of the audio out of the video clips and then put the voiceover on top of it. But it is what it is. And I can't use the audio because I don't want to get a copyright strike for using the music that they play in the Ollies. But I don't remember what I was saying before that. I haven't gone back and listened to it. So I'm just going to pick up right where we are. These are usually $1.99 when we see them in the stores, but the price part of this has been taken out, so I don't know how much that particular thing was. And in retrospect, I really should have bought it because I need a mailing tube. And $1.99 for a mailing tube, plus I get vinyl out of it, would have been really cool. But, you know, I didn't think about it at the time. I'm thinking about that now while I'm doing the voiceover. But, you know, the person who knows why I need a mailing tube knows why I need a mailing tube. And I'll get one, I promise. I'll get one. They'll get up to you. Anyway, so this is the Lakeland store. This is the store that had the Ollies in it. This is the store that I forgot to tell people in my little short to go look at the Facebook group. So I could have gotten a lot more people in my Facebook group if I remembered to do that. But oh well, it is what it is. Look at this. You can go knit little cozies for your coffee cups. Isn't that so cool? I thought that was a neat thing. So you get the reusable coffee cup from whatever coffee store you go to, and then you have this little cozy that you've knitted yourself, and you can put it around it. It makes it so personal and so pretty. Or you can knit them for other people who are coffee drinkers. I'm not personally a coffee drinker. I will do an iced coffee every now and then, but I'm not really a coffee drinker. But that would be such a cool gift for someone who is a coffee drinker, especially if it's something that you made yourself. That the self-made gifts to me always seem to be more meaningful and more appreciated than the non-self-made gifts. The Lakeland store used to have a dollar table that was covered, and I mean covered in glue sticks, and I have no idea what happened to all those glue sticks. Later on in this video, I will show you a dump bin where there are some glue sticks in it, but it's nowhere near the number of glue sticks that they used to have. They had something like 20 boxes of glue sticks, and each box had something like 96 glue sticks in it in four packs, and there's no way that what they showed was enough of the glue sticks to make up for them. And at one point in time was when I was in this Lakeland store, probably, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 months ago, it was nothing but scads and hordes of Astro Design papers. And the next time I went in about a week later, not a week later, about a month later, it was like gone. All of the Astro Designs paper was completely gone, but the glue sticks were still there. That video never made it to my channel because it got too old to put up before I actually did anything with it. So, and there wasn't really anything new other than the fact that the Astro Design stuff was gone. I don't know why I've got art design stuck in my head now, but for some reason I apparently do. But the Lakeland store, as you can see, wasn't as neatly laid out as the Brooksville store. And that might be just because the Brooksville store is more rural than the Lakeland store. So the Brooksville store might not get as much traffic as the Lakeland store does. When I was in the Brooksville store on Saturday, it really wasn't that bad for me. You know, I have anxiety. If you've watched my channel, you know I have anxiety issues, and that there are only 2 stores that I can go into at all, and those are Aldi, the grocery store, on Thursdays, and it has to be Thursday, and Ollie's I can go into because for some reason my brain has labeled all of the Ollies as safe. But I don't want to push it at this point, because if I push it and my brain labels the Ollies as not safe, then I won't be able to go in them anymore. Dollar Tree is now not safe in my brain, and I can't go in there anymore because I had an anxiety attack inside one over Labor Day weekend, and that anxiety attack turned into a panic attack when I got back into the car, and now my brain just will not let me go into a Dollar Tree. So I used to have 3 stores that I could go into. I'm down to 2. I don't want to push it with Ollie's because I'm enjoying these. So the Saturday shop in Brooksville wasn't that bad because there weren't that many people, and again, that might be because it's a more rural store than this Lakeland store was. I was in Lakeland on a Thursday, and Lakeland on a Thursday was almost too crowded for me. So the Ollie's shop with me's are going to go on pause for a while. Look at the beautiful colors. This one had green, and it had that beautiful lavender and that beautiful orange and these hobnail glasses. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. If I needed any glasses at all, I would totally buy those pink ones. But They're beautiful. I loved the green. I loved the other colors, but I would totally buy the pink ones. And this is the yarn that was in the Lakeland store. So we're in the Lakeland store. But I don't want Ollie's to become not safe for me. So these Ollie's Shop With Me's are going to have to go on hiatus for a little while. I might be able to go into one every now and then on a Thursday. But what I'm going to transition to is I'm going to transition to showing you crafting and doing the lives together, because our lives are fun. Because our lives aren't me showing you something and you sitting there and watching. Our lives are me doing something and you saying, well, what if you do this? And me going, hey, let's try that. And then you say, he's still there. He's still there. This is the third time that little guy has shown up in the Lakeland store content on my channel and in my Facebook group. But then you suggest something in the live and I try it, and then somebody else suggests something else and we try it, and then somebody will have a tip for how to do something better, and we grow and we learn together as a channel. And that's why I call this group member, these people in this channel, this group, that's why I call us a guild. Because a guild is a place where a group of people come together with a similar skill set and they improve each other's skill sets through transferring information and transferring ideas and sharing content and sharing concepts across the board with everybody. And it's just an amazing thing to be in one of my lives, because you get to be heard and listened to. I'm going to take a pause there for a second to point out these books that say DK on them. You saw that on the spine of the book. That is a company called Dorling Kindersley. It's a publishing company called Dorling Kindersley, and they go by DK on the spines of their books. All of their books have the same kind of layout as that, as where they have some text and some pictures, and they are amazing. I love DK books. I love Dorling Kindersley as a book publisher, not sponsored in any way. But if you want a kid to really start looking at things and really start getting some reading comprehension down, show them Dorling Kindersley books, because it's got the text and the pictures and they match up, and it gives them the concept with the picture. You know how a picture says 1,000 words? Well, the words are right next to the picture, so that they get the idea that these words mean this picture, and they get the idea of reading comprehension out of it. I love Dorling Kindersley. Oh my gosh, any DK book in my mind's eye. And they do everything. They do nature books, they do animal books, they do space adventure books. Any book that's by Dorling Kindersley is going to be an amazing resource for a kid to learn, not only about whatever that book is covering, like in that example, it was Lego, but also about reading comprehension and things like that. These are some of the adult coloring books that they had. So, I mean, just some beautiful ones. I did show some of these because there wasn't a whole lot of stuff at the Lakeland store, so I wanted to get some more video footage. So I decided to show these because somebody in the guild asked to see adult coloring books. And look at this, there's a Bob's Burger coloring book. Oh my gosh. How many people did you just think of that would be the perfect gift for? And then this one, this is the Golden Girls, another whole set of people in your mind that would be like the total perfect gift for. Just simply amazing stuff. I loved these little books because there's so many different people that you can give these to, like this Bible verse one. There are people that you could give that to. The Golden Girls, there's one for Back to the Future that was down on the bottom there that I just saw really quickly out of the corner of my eye. Didn't notice when I was there, or I would have highlighted it. But yeah, there's so many different things. And look at this one. And they're only like $1.99, $2.99, $3.99. This is a very affordable gift. This and $1.99 for a pack of coloring pencils. Oh my goodness gracious, that's a beautiful gift, and it would be greatly appreciated. And if you have to do an office party where you have to give a gift, go and get one of these adult coloring books that's maybe not specialized, maybe one like this that's more mainstream. This one's just calm and serene, and put it out there as the gift with some colored pencils. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. And if it's one of those gift giving ones where you get to trade the gifts and you get to, steal gifts from other people, I would be willing to bet that the coloring book with the coloring pencils would be one that would be very sought after. This is what I was talking about a dump bin that had the glue sticks in it. And that's just not enough glue sticks to cover the number of boxes of them that they had. So I really wonder what happened to the rest of the glue sticks that they had in this Lakeland store, because I really don't know. And I'm really hoping, again, I'm just really hoping that this stuff is not getting binned. I really hope that what I really, really hope is going on is that these items that didn't sell, all the stuff from the dollar tables that didn't sell have been boxed up and sent back to the warehouses. Now that the warehouses no longer have the holiday stuff in there because the holiday stuff has been shipped out to the stores, I'm really hoping that they're going to redistribute it. Look at the unicorn. He's huge. He's $30. No, I did not get one. No, my husband did not get me one. That's okay. I'm totally fine with that. I really don't need a squishy that big, but look at the beautiful little silver feet and look at the beautiful wings, and he has the cutest little horn. Oh my gosh, I so loved this. And coming up is going to be Baby Bear screaming for food, so that's going to be the end. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Cheers and happy crafting.